What you're looking at right now is, in my opinion, the best Stratego strategy ever for the modern version. I've played many opponents and I've been unbeaten so far. So first, what are the main components of this? Well, first, you notice like all the bombs are moved out of the way in the last line. This is because in this strategy, bombs get in the way. They prevent your pieces from moving out. They prevent your pieces. They can make your pieces stuck, and they prevent like fluidity and switching between flanks. Like pieces going from this flank to this flank if needed, and like around or this flank to this flank. Okay, so the second main component is the idea of buffer pieces as the front line. Notice the pieces in the front line are like all like a 6 or higher. Yeah, they're all 6 or higher. This is because for the attacking phase, if you want to attack, you can move them up. And if you see a moving piece, or if one opponent's pieces attacks you, like so, and you have an 8, and then either an 8 is a pretty high piece, so if there's a really high chance they would die to an 8, so then you'd be fine. But if they kill the 8, you always have a spotter here, so you can guess them, so then you get the higher piece. And likewise, if they use a spotter to guess your 8, then you always have a scout here to kill their spotter. Now in this strategy, we place incredible importance of spotters. In my opinion, spotters are the key to this version of Stratego. Like whenever I kill both of my opponent's spotters, they're as good as screwed. Notice how each flank has a similar thing. Not every flank has a spotter, but each flank has a scout in this area, so they can if there's a spotter, they can scoop them up. I don't use scouts for gathering intel, as the Stratego guide says. I just use them for killing spotters, and then once spotters are killed, I use them to find the flag. Now, when you want to attack, you can use the buffer pieces to kill. Once you sweep up an area with buffer pieces, or once you know there's a bomb, you can use the 3s behind the buffer pieces to go around and look for the flag or the bomb. Now in the defensive phase, the spotter is really useful because these can soak up, the buffer pieces can soak up pressure. But if they're killed, the spotter can just guess from behind the crater, which is a pretty useful position, and the scout can still kill an opposing spotter if they guess your high buffer pieces. Another great thing about this strategy is that even if one of your pieces is discovered, your high ranking pieces is discovered, presumably after you've already killed off all of their weaker pieces, you can pretend this is here. You can move this back, and you can use your second buffer piece to cover it, and you can reshuffle them. So then this piece is still formidable. The piece you switched out with is still formidable on its own, and they'll be confused about which piece this is. And then you can always they might forget what piece your original the 8 was. And you can use this for all flanks, so you can switch them around. And it's once they use if you use a scout to attack this, you can always switch it around, and vice versa.